type of washer that does not vibrate itself loose? Yeah, it's called a split washer or a lock washer. You have this wavy thing. Okay, thank you. Let's go to the next one. Aska. Okay, how do I? Okay, so let's go directly to the machine element. Okay, just highlight the machine elements.
So,
Like these.
so
Right?
there's obviously a crankshaft.
Yep.
Crankshaft to turn the steam. Then does rods also count as shafts?
The rods moving up and down? No. You have the main shaft, the main crankshaft here, right? At the bottom.
And there will also be like ring gear and timing belt.
Okay. The gear.
There's nothing here.
Okay, it's not shown here.
Not shown here, but there is optionally one.
Okay. What about the bearings?
Bearings.
What type of bearing is on the crankshaft?
Rolling contact bearing. Because
It's going to be a plain bearing?
no, the rolling contact.
No, I'm correcting you. So it is the plain bearing. The reason is that if you have these rolling contact bearings, the engine is very high shock. Okay, it's going to damage the bearing in no time. So what they have is a plain bearing, but it's cushioned with oil. So the reason your engine oil is important is not just to lubricate friction, but actually to support this crankshaft, so it's actually floating on oil. Okay, so this is a special type of bearings called hydrodynamic bearing. You actually create pressure, and this gap between the shaft and the bearing is actually, you're actually floating on oil. So you keep pressurizing this crankshaft bearing, the gap. The gap is filled with pressurized oil. And so that's why oil is the blood of your engine. Like once the oil pressure drops, the shaft suddenly make metal-to-metal contact. And it'll be done in no time. Like in less than 1 minute, it'll be done. Okay, that's good enough. Thank you. Let's look at another one. Brilliant. Okay, go ahead. Okay, cordless drill. Okay, highlight the machine elements.
Okay, so basically, of course, there's a shaft.
Yeah.
Connecting the motor and stuff, and then of course there's a unit.
You can explain it to the class.
Okay, so just the machine element itself. The shaft, the motor itself, which will rotate the shaft, and there's the bearing, the ball bearing, basically over here. I think you can see. Right, there's the ball bearing. And then it connects into a gearbox, which is basically a transmission, I think it's called.
Yep. It's a power transmission with gears. What type of gearing? Did you look into it?
Basically, it lowers the speed.
Sure.
speed, and after that gearing, there's going to be a clutch, basically that uh,
Just holds the shaft. And so the tighter the clutch is going to be higher torque on the shaft.
it functions to higher the torque
Okay.
because a drill is supposed to have high torque, and then the shaft will then connect into a chuck at the end, which will be connecting to a drill machine itself.
Okay. So this is the motor, guys. Okay. Motor, power transmission, and then the load, the application at the end, like a drill bit or a screwdriver bit. Now, what type of gears is in these cordless drills or power drills? Anybody ever take one apart? Straight? What do you mean by straight now? Just a regular spur gear? Yeah. The spur gear is arranged in a planetary set. Okay? A planetary gear, you see these little three-piece gears? So they're like planets and they rotate. So there is a sun gear, a planetary gear, and a ring gear. Okay? So, bearings. The bearings support both. The motor has bearings, but this entire assembly is also, every time you have a rotation, you'll have the bearing there. Okay. I didn't talk about this, but many times the power transmission is actually a reducer, meaning that the ratio actually reduces the RPM. You mentioned that, right? It slowed down the RPM. So anybody knows why it's the gears are usually meant to slow it down? Because you want torque, right? And electric motors are generally high RPM and low torque. That's just the nature of electrical motors. Gasoline engines but is relatively lower RPM and higher torque. But motors are high RPM. Many of these motors go up to like easily 20,000 RPM, which is very high RPM. But it doesn't have torque. So most of the gear or belt situation for electric motor will be a reduction type. So like a 20 to 1. So 20 turns here is 1 turn here. So 20 to 1 ratio, or even 50 to 1, if this is a really high RPM. Okay? All right, thank you. Okay. Let's do one more. No volunteers, I guess. Nicholas?
Which Nicholas?
Nicholas?
There is the Nicholas.
Nicholas Lee? You are Nicholas. Okay. Scissor jab. Okay. Okay, go ahead. Well, just highlight the machine element here and how it kind of works together. Okay, guys, pay attention. Everybody knows what this is, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Emergency scissor jab. Lift up your arm. Go ahead.
There is
Can you speak louder?
yeah. Okay, I'm gonna explain how the machine element works.
Okay.
First element is crank handle.
Crank handle.
This one.
Okay.
The user touch this crank handle to provide torque. And The second element is power screw.
Power screw. This one. Okay. This long threaded rod is the power screw.
Yes.
Do you know why they call it a power screw? Okay. It's usually used not to tighten something like bolts. Okay, bolts they clamp things. This one actually try to multiply the torque into a very significant axial load, right? So what happens when you turn this? The crank turns this shaft, right?
Yeah.
What happens?
Lift the
But before it lifts, what does it move? There is the thread, right? And these are the nuts. Okay? So what happens to these two nuts when you turn it? It'll move, right? Okay? So this power screw, when you turn it, this thing moves here and this thing moves here. So it's an opposite thread. One is left-handed, one is right-handed. So if you turn it, they go in opposite ways. So there is a change in thread in the middle. And then these two goes to come closer, and as a result, it goes up. Okay? So the multiplier effect is in this thread because you're rotating with very light force actually, but you're able to lift the vehicle. How? Torque versus speed, right? High speed, low torque. High force, not torque because it's linear. So high force and even higher force. Okay? All right, thank you. Okay. Let's see, what else? Raisin or Rayman?
Jason already.
Oh, same. Okay, same submission. Richard?
Okay.
Oh, handwriting. Old school, huh? Okay. Transmission?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, guys, so we're gonna talk about the automatic transmission. So the machine elements we use in gearbox are shafts, bearing, and gears. Then,
So, as you can see here, this is the shaft, and it contains all the gears, and it is being held with bearing on each side, and inside also we have bearings. So most of the time here we have ball bearing, and inside we have needle roller bearing, because this takes a lot of torque. So each bearing carries its own purpose.
Okay. You have anything else? Yep.
So here, you can see inside we have roller bearings, the needle bearing, sorry, and the roller bearing usually will be on each end of it, but most of the gears carry needle bearing.
Needle bearings are more compact because the rolling elements is just like tiny, like needles, right? So because they are captured inside this either collar or the floating gears, right? So you don't have much space, otherwise the gears will be too big. Yeah.
So as you can see here, most of the gears are helical,
Uh-huh.
because the transmission of power, if you have straightened gears, it will be harder and it will like eat the teeth, I guess you can say it like this. So
It's noisy.
Yeah, it's noisy. Also, you can see the only gear which is straightened is the reverse gear. and all the other one has helical gears. So helical gears is basically, it's like a waveform, so it slides into it perfectly. And in between, you're gonna have your synchro mesh, which helps in the transitioning of one gear to another gear.
All right, excellent. Thank you. So, okay, I think we covered. Adel Rico, what is your nickname? Rico?
Adel.
Adel.
Abel.
Adel. Okay, where's the okay, the blender. Okay.
Okay, so the elements we focused on were the belt, the bushing, and the high-speed shaft. But in this blender, it doesn't use a belt drive, it uses a direct gear drive machine. So how the whole machine works is that the high-speed shaft will take the torque from the motor, and then it will have like two shafts, right? And it's connected with a belt. So the
Where are the two shafts?
So it's like in here, the part 8.
Okay. 8 is the drive clutch, right? Okay.
Since this machine doesn't use the belt drive, it uses direct gear drive.
So is there any gearing or is it just motor directly to the shaft? Any gear ratio?
Pretty sure it's just direct.
Okay.
Okay, so okay, and then so that the belt will pull on the primary shaft and transfers the motion to the secondary shaft, and the secondary shaft will then result in spinning the blade of the blender, and thus the function is met.
Any change in speed from the motor to the final shaft? I mean, blender is pretty high speed, so it is possible that they just go direct.
I think it
You don't know?
But I have an idea. I think it depends on whether it's a direct gear drive or a belt drive. Because belt drive, I'm pretty sure uses two shafts, right? So there will be a ratio.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you want to highlight?
I think that's it.
What about this spring? What is the brush and the spring? Anybody knows brushes in motors? What is it for?
Start the electric motor.
Okay, the electric motor, you have to deliver electric current, right? And these brushes are made from carbons, okay? And they contact a commutator. You guys learned electric motors already, right? Or not yet? Oh, okay. So there are two brushes contacting the rotors, and it is always in contact. That's why you have the spring here. Okay. So we'll learn more about spring later on. Okay. Thank you. Who hasn't come up? The girls? You haven't? Okay. What's your name? What's your name? Michael. Michael and? Let me download it. Michael Vincent? Yes. Okay.
I don't think so. Just blow. Just blow.
Who hasn't been come up?
Just it.
Wow.
Yeah, this is very complicated.
What is this?
Treadmill.
Oh, treadmill.
Exploded.
This the new one is the old one. The
It's
second
the comparison between the old and the new.
We have do you have less complicated one?
Well, the less complicated one we have, but it only explains the outer part, not the anatomy inside.
Okay.
So another one, that's another one down.
Oh,
This is the old version.
It's a video.
okay. Do you want to do video instead and just stop
The
it?
video is actually not really about the mechanisms of the animal because I just find one that's so I just find one that's closely related to that, like a bell.
Okay.
This is Lego.
Lego.
Yeah, like this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. Give it a shot.
Okay, so first we can see there's a power outlet. That's the source of the power, the electrical
Okay.
energy.
Present it to the class also.
This one, number 82. And then
And we have the most important component is drive motor and also the belt, where the drive motor here helps deliver power on how fast you're going, and the speed is also helped controlled by the belt too. Well, for the shaft, here we can't really find the shaft on the newer models, but from the older models, if now,
Next page.
yeah. It's around here. Yeah, the shaft is around here. We have the link shaft and the shaft bushing. And do I need to explain how this correlates?
Okay. So this bushing is for the main shaft or for the
Bushing. So for the shaft here, we have the front and the rear one. It's a
Okay.
working shaft. And
they're all ball bearings, right? Not bushing.
yeah, because movement.
Yeah, a lot of load
Lot of
and high RPM.
Yes. And also here, we have also rollers for lateral tension. Running belt, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I'm sorry if it's a huge scope. I can't really find the anatomy of the real treadmill. If I can find it's the outside one. You know the skin, huh? Yeah, this is the inside one. If you want the
Okay.
simple one, it's only the outside part. You know the skin. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, the girls, you wanna come up? What's your name? Angel. Angelica. Okay. Go ahead. Just highlight the machine element here.
In office here is mostly the cylinder.
Okay.
So when you activate the lever,
Mhm.
like a valve open.
Real life demonstration.
Yeah. So when the weight, there's weight, and then you activate the lever, there's like a valve open, and the gas is compressed. But when the weight is removed and the lever is activated, the compressed gas is pushing the piston upwards. So it goes up.
Okay. What machine element is involved in this mechanism?
It's mostly just the cylinder, the
Inside the cylinder, what do you have?
piston.
The shaft elements, which is what? Anytime you have shafts sliding or rotating, you will have some bearing. Okay? And in this case, it's not ball bearing, it's probably some bushings. Okay? So this shaft that goes through up and down motion, it's held by bushings. Otherwise, it's going to be oblakan. Yeah, wobbling, right? So it's held down by the bushing. And the bushing is low friction enough to slide on it. Okay, what else? What about the caster? So what kind of motion is allowed by this caster? Uh-huh. So you got shaft, the vertical one, and the wheel also is on the shaft, right? Even though it's a short shaft, but it's still a shaft, right? Because it rotates. Okay? So there is this rotation on the shaft and this vertical rotation. Okay? And the chair itself, right? So what kind of bearing? It's going to be a ball bearing, okay, because there is some weight on it. So because you're going to be your weight is on it and you rotate. So it's a very heavy load, okay? This one is actually, there is no ball bearing. It's just a bushing, just a plain one, no balls going around because it's not high speed. This one you want very low friction. Okay, thank you. Who else hasn't come up?
Justin. Justin sama siapa?
Justin Elroy. Okay. Riding bicycle. Okay, go ahead.
So the machine elements of a bicycle is ball bearings, which are like this and this. The shaft, obviously, like which goes through the wheels and the pedals.
Okay.
And you also have gears as well. For the set, the rear wheel.
Yep.
And we have a sprocket here in the pedal.
Okay. This is a motor assisted bicycle?
Oh,
huh?
no, it's not
It's assisted. It's an assisted bicycle.
It's an engine.
Ignore this part.
It's an engine.
Is it? Okay.
The bearing is the rolling bearing one.
Mhm.
We exert a load in it.
Okay.
Like
Okay, guys, how many shaft is in a bicycle? The rotating one.
3,
1, 2,
3, 4.
the pedals here. 3,
4.
the steering, right?
The seat.
The seat.
Up and the pedal.
It's a stationary shaft. I guess it's part of the structure, I would say. Not the shaft. But you mentioned
Oh yeah.
the pedal. This is also a rotating shaft, right? It's also on bearing. So quite a bit. You can also argue that the brakes, the clamping brakes, it's also, there is a tiny shaft where it rotates, right?
Yeah.
Or the one that pulls and then this one clamps from the left and right. It's also on a shaft. Okay, so you see it's a lot of things going around actually. Okay, thank you. Who else? What's your name?
Arif.
Arif. Okay, come on guys. Okay, what are you doing? Where's the picture? All the way down? The compressor? which part do you want to discuss? The compressor, or which picture do you want me to show? This one?
Yes.
Okay.
Just the refrigerant as a whole.
Okay. Go ahead.
So the source power from refrigerant is the electrical power, so basically AC supply. And then the electrical energy powers the electric motors that produce the rotational motion. And then at the motor shaft inside. And the shaft,
The motor is where? Where is the motor? Huh? What's inside the compressor? It's a motor inside, okay? A compressor is basically a pump. It's basically a pump. It pumps refrigerants, freon, we call it, right? Okay? So definitely there are bearings on there, right? Holding the motor shaft. Okay, what else? What other machine elements? Let me show you the cutout of a compressor. Compressor. So if you look at these, you got the motors. It's not clear enough. Okay, so what happens is that this is the motor, and then there is usually blades that spins, sucks in the refrigerant, and pumps it out in the discharge. So the job of the compressor is just to develop high pressure, and it will result in high temperature refrigerant. It goes into the condenser, cool it down, and then it goes into your refrigerator. Okay? So, okay, so the compressor. What else? Where are the other machine elements? What other machine elements? Do you have shafts other than the one in the compressor? Where? The hinge, right? The door hinge, just like that door. You have a pin or a shaft, it rotates. This door is pretty heavy once you put all the food on the door. So, similar to your door here, it's not that light, it's pretty heavy. Okay, anything else? The drawers probably doesn't have bearings, it's probably just sliding plastic. Okay. All right, cool. Thank you. Anyone else? No one? Okay. So, so there is a lot of machine elements without you realizing it actually. And a lot of these machine elements we don't see because they are in the inside, but they're the ones who make your machines work. And just remember the main categories that we will go through. You have the shaft supported by the bearings, whether that's rolling compact or plain bearings or other shaft elements that might be needed to work there. We'll discuss that. Like torque transfer. Okay. And then you have the power manipulators, the torque versus speed. You got the gears, belts, and chains. You can also convert linear rotation to linear, and that's also useful. Okay, so we'll kick off week 2 with discussing shaft and their components. Okay, that should do it for the day. Thanks for your participation. Everybody submitted that in. Oh, one more. This semester, I'm trying to experiment with many AI tools to assist your learning. So I have one more assignment between now and next week. I want you to use Gemini Live and actually look at a product or one of those, okay, in real life. So for example, can I borrow your bottle? Okay. So if you go to Gemini, I don't know whether this exists in ChatGPT, but you can click on the lower right-hand bottom. So if you press on that, okay, and then you turn on your video. So if I do this, okay, Gemini, what is this product?
A blue water bottle, possibly a reusable one with measurements and maybe a carrying strap.
Okay, so it reads the measurement. Tell me if there is any shaft in this product.
I'm not seeing a shaft on the bottle. It has a lid, a strap, and measurement markers.
Where
What
is?
kind of shaft?
Okay, where is the strap that you're talking about?
The strap is the gray and patterned piece
Okay,
attached
so
to
you can highlight it, things like that. So do this to one of your, like a bicycle, for example. Let me try to trick it.
Sir,
No, yeah.
see what's
Is this product on sale?
Hey, stop.
Okay, here's the bicycle. Highlight for me the location of the shaft and bearings.
On this bicycle, the primary shaft is the crank spindle, located in the bottom bracket where the pedals attach. The bearings are right there too, inside the bottom bracket and also in the wheels.
What type of bearing is there on the bottom bracket?
That bicycle likely uses sealed cartridge bearings in the bottom bracket, which are common for performance and durability. This is the area where the pedal cranks attach.
Now, so you can interact in many ways. Highlight things on your video. It's pretty cool, I think. And so maybe you can show the exploded view also, and then just open your camera and show your screen. And then maybe do a little bit of search. I just want you to interact with it, okay? And in the assignment, I'm asking you to do a screen recording of your phone, and then upload it in YouTube. Don't upload it in Google Classroom, it's too big. Just YouTube private unlisted, right? You can do unlisted, yeah. Upload it and just post the link as your submission, okay? It's just for fun, okay? It's nothing graded or anything. I just want you to experience studying with AI with one of your products out there, okay? With a real device, like open your refrigerator or look at a hair dryer, open the exploded view, use the live view, okay? All right. Thanks, guys.
Aduh, Bro. Saya sama Din. Ya gimana? Sama Din. Jumat. Oh iya, Jumat. Ngapain gue Jumatan? Ini Jumat. Gue juga Jumatan. Hilang itu.
Kok nggak dipelajarin kemarin?
Mau Jumat.
Oh, gitu.
Makan mana?
Gue niatnya habis sholat Jumat Solaria.
Oh iya, thank you.
Ini yang lain. Sorry ya.
Ada yang karannya pakai karannya bagus banget nggak apa-apa. Ada di sini. Karannya pakai
Ini